It's the middle of October. The fall colors are changing. The weather has turned cold, but we're still trying to get one more big Model A trip in for the year. We're making our way from Reno, Nevada over to the extreme North California coast and the Southern Oregon coast. So thank you for coming along for the ride. Let's check out the gorgeous scenery of Northern California and Southern Oregon. It's a cold morning in the Roadster in October on the plateau above Susanville, California. This is McCoy Flat Reservoir. Dries up in the summer occasionally, but this year they had so much snowpack that kept watering it all summer. The first waterfall that we came to is Pitt River Falls, which is a few miles west of the town of Fall River Mills. Today you observe this waterfall from a scenic overlook along Highway 299, high up on the canyon wall, but it wasn't always this way. In the late 19th century, there was the Winter's Toll Road, which was down in the canyon floor and took travelers right past the waterfalls. This photograph was taken in about 1915 and shows people using the toll road in Model T-like vehicles passing over the bridge right in front of the falls. Unfortunately, once Highway 299 was completed in 1930, the toll road was abandoned as it required too much maintenance to keep the rock slides from blocking the road. A close-up view of the falls today would require a short but steep descent down the canyon walls to get close to the waterfalls. Thank you.
Right, there's your change, and you can place this on your windshield facing out. So parking lots are straight ahead. The falls on the left up here, and Lake Britton's down the road if you'd like to go to the lake.
We have made it to Burney Falls State Park. This is certainly one of the crown jewel waterfalls in Northern California. This waterfall flows same rate all year long because it's spring fed. So here we are late October, still flowing just as fast as it does in the springtime. Certainly one of the more pretty waterfalls. Not the highest, but certainly unique with the way the water percolates through all the rocks. Cold water, 52 degrees. Because nobody swims in that pool for very long. We decided we'd take the short drive west of Burney Falls down the road that parallels the edge of Lake Britton down to the Pitt River Dam. This dam was constructed by Pacific Gas and Electric Company as a hydroelectric dam. It was completed in 1925. I just thought it would be really nice to have a Model A go across a Model A era dam bridge combination and get some nice photographs. We just drove across the dam and pretty much came straight back as we still had a lot of ground to cover for the day. Lake Britton. We're on the McCloud River recreation loop, and we have 3 waterfalls that are within a mile of each other on the McCloud River. This is the lower falls, and again it's late October, so the water flow is pretty low compared to what it is in spring and early summer. This is the least impressive of the 3 waterfalls, but we'll go smallest to biggest here. Lower Falls is the highest the salmon were ever allowed to get up the McCloud River prior to Shasta Dam being built. Once Shasta Dam was built, of course, all this area was cut off to spawning salmon. But this was the natural limitation, that salmon could not get up these falls to spawn any higher. And even if they did successfully get up these falls, the next waterfall, the Middle Falls, would certainly have stopped them. But this deep hole is where the Native Americans used to fish for salmon, because the salmon would bunch up here in this swimming hole. And now this is a very popular swimming place in the summertime. This hole's fairly deep. You can jump off these rocks into the pool, not worry about hitting the bottom. Water's pretty cold year-round though. You won't stay in the water very long. You'll jump in and get out as fast as you can because the water's pretty cold. But this is Lower McCloud Falls on the McCloud River Recreation Loop. And it's a nice stop. It's only a few minutes off the main highway. And this is a view from the top railing. If you don't want to hike all the way down, you still get a pretty nice view. Look at that nice big swimming hole there. Good fishing too. If you have a few extra minutes, I strongly encourage you to take the short walk down to the bottom of the falls for a most impressive view. Okay, we're about 1.5 miles upriver from the lower falls. This is called the Middle McCloud Falls. And again, not as much water as usual, being late October. But this is one of my all-time favorite waterfalls. I just think this is one of the prettiest waterfalls because of the way it's so wide and the The flow is usually the entire distance. The middle part there is a little dry right now, but in the springtime the entire distance would be a uniform waterfall. Beautiful pool below it. Excellent fishing in this area. Trout fishing is pretty well known. There's some really nice trout in this river. But this is my favorite. This is the one I love to come to. Parking area is way up on top of the ridge, and you have to hike down to get this view. But it's maybe a 5 to 7 minute walk, not too bad. But just love this with the fall colors. Really pretty scene here today. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay, finally we are at Upper McCloud Falls, and this one's pretty nice as well. It used to be a little more impressive. About 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, a big chunk of rock broke off that rock face right where the water flows. The waterfall used to be about twice as high as it is now, but once that big chunk of rock fell off, it's more of a two-step waterfall than a one-step waterfall. But still, very nice waterfall. Nice, beautiful pool. Lots of lava rock around it. Fall colors are really making it pop today. Right where that little step is in the middle, there used to be a big giant rock, which caused the water to have to drop a lot further in one cascade. Union Pacific's got the right of way.
Where are you going, Jim?
We're going to Hedge Creek Falls. Be there in just a minute. Well, once the train gets out of the way, anyway. We're at Hedge Creek Falls. There's not a whole lot of water going over it at this time of year. Here we are in the third week of October. It's springtime. This is a very impressive waterfall when it's got considerably more flow. It's got a cave that goes behind the waterfall, which is kind of cool. And a lot of rock climbers use these rock faces to do some rock climbing. So, popular area, easy to get to. It's a 5-minute walk from the parking lot. But beautiful waterfall even when there's just a little bit of water going over it. Just a minute or two down the trail beyond the waterfall, you'll come to a platform overlook that offers a grand view of the upper Sacramento River, seen here in fall colors. We sure hope you've enjoyed coming along for the ride and seeing some of Northern California's most popular waterfalls. We hope that you'll subscribe and stay tuned for day 2 as we continue our trip to the Northern California, Southern Oregon coastline. Thanks again for coming along for the ride. We appreciate the support.